This chapter was insane, with the beginning of Attack on Titan unfolding within Dandadan's universe. If you're new here or enjoy Dandadan content, consider subscribing as I cover the manga weekly on this channel. Anyway, let's get into it. The chapter starts off with Momo and Akuran searching for Unji in what seems to be a series of apartments. This is most likely where Unji lives. That was told to us by some of his classmates last chapter. This place looks quite messy as well, as if he hasn't been there for a long time, and I believe that we'll find out why at the end of the chapter. Momo then says that there isn't even an aura around the area, which suggests that Unji hasn't been in the house for a long time, as suggested by the mess and the lack of residual energy left by Okuran's walls. Momo then begins to reminisce on the words that Seat 3 said last chapter, saying that with Okuran's balls he will be able to rule the world, but she hopes that Unji doesn't turn out to be like Evil Eye and that they won't have to battle him. The next pages continue with Momo being afraid of the idea of him being like Evil Eye, until Okuran interrupts her, asking if she can hear some faint screaming. The screaming seems to be edging closer to the duo, with there being an ominous feeling around it. The next page we see a man with a large sword, a pair of pants on, and a helmet running towards them crying. This freaks the pair out, causing them to run away from him. Okuran then shouts that he's a pervert, with Momo adding that he has a sword. Okuran then begins to take off his shoes as he asks Momo to hold him off until he's able to transform into the Turbo Granny form. She uses her medium powers to fend him off, but he ends up cutting her spirit hand while swinging his sword frantically, cutting Momo in the process. We then see a group of young men charging towards this old man, with him asking for help, with Momo covering him with her medium powers as he pulls Okuran in front of him for protection. Before anything else could be done, Okuran completes his transformation into Turbo Granny, which immediately intimidates his foes, saying that he looks exactly like Zuma. Before they could fight, Momo stops them, saying that they're also sensitive to the spiritual changes, and that they notice Okuran's form has changed. She then asks if they've always been able to sense the change in spiritual pressures, or if it's because they've come in contact with the golden ball. This seems to have struck a chord with the masked guy, as if he knows what Momo is talking about. They enter back and forth with Momo staring down the thugs behind Okuran. As the main guy knows that Okuran is capable of doing some damage, he gives in, saying that the three of them should follow him. They then arrive at an abandoned building with a group of men and women sitting and eating. They continue walking, with the old man saying that Momo has to protect him as they arrive at an isolated bench. The masked man motions towards the bench with a small diorama on top of it that has a castle and a town within it. He then says that Unji is inside there and that he can't come out unless someone takes his place, suggesting that the man had escaped the place, swapping with Unji in the process. There seems like there has to be a particular number of people within the box for some reason, which we'll get into in a little bit. The man begins to cry again, saying that he can't go back inside that living hell. The chapter then ends with the thugs threatening to throw the man back inside the box to get back what seems to be their boss. It seems like the next chapter will be getting into an adventure type manga, with Okuran and Momo entering the box to save Unji from the cursed diorama. As stated by the old man, the living condition seems to be terrible, with there being a need of swords to defend themselves. Momo and Okuran will likely go inside the diorama in an attempt to fix the problem with it, which is likely to be cursed by some sort of yokai. This is funny as the yokai that's also inside Unji Zuma is probably the same that lives within the diorama, which is known as Asukumogami, which lives in inanimate objects. These yokai tend to possess things that exist for over 100 years, but don't tend to be evil, but can be mischievous. If there is a yokai ruling over the box within the castle, it seems to have trapped many people. This would be funny as it seems like there would be an Isekai rendition of Dandadan that could be running for the next year within this next arc. The old man of this chapter definitely took the limelight with his character design and overwhelming desire to not want to go inside the diorama. With this, there may be an unexpected alliance with Unji for a number of chapters, but if one person enters, there would be no reason for Zuma to need to stay inside the box, so this may take an unexpected turn. With Momo and Okuran being trapped inside the box, there's a chance that they may have to battle whatever is inside to return back to the real world alive. I could see Momo being trapped and kept as a hostage within the castle, leaving Okuran alone, forcing him to fight the yokai to save his best friend. Thank you for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like as I really enjoy covering Dandadan on this channel. Subscribe to keep updated with Dandadan content, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.